Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Voice Within. My name is Daniel Carter, and I am so happy that you are here today. I hope you are smiling right now, because today we are going to talk about something that can truly change your life. We are going to talk about dreams, your dreams, and how to keep moving toward them, even when life tries to push you down. And also, we are going to talk about one very special dream that many people have. The dream of speaking English fluently and with confidence. Now take a deep breath. Feel the air going in and out. That is life, my friend. And as long as you breathe, you have the power to grow, to learn, and to transform. But before we start with the deep part, let me ask you something fun. Have you ever imagined yourself giving a speech in English? Maybe talking to someone from another country, or traveling the world, or getting your dream job because you finally speak English with ease? It feels amazing just to imagine it, right? That feeling, that spark, is what we are going to talk about today. So get comfortable, grab your coffee or tea, and let us begin. Now let me tell you something very important. Life will always test you. When you decide to follow your dreams, things will not always be easy. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when you feel tired, or when you think that maybe your dream is too far away. But let me tell you something very clear. It is never too far. The only distance between you and your dream is the effort you are willing to make. When I was younger, I also had a dream. I wanted to speak English fluently, but I was afraid. I thought my pronunciation was terrible. I thought people would laugh at me. I was afraid to make mistakes. But one day, I decided to stop being afraid. I said to myself, Daniel, if you do not start today, you will never start. And from that day on, everything began to change. I started speaking every single day. I listened to music in English, I watched movies, I talked to myself in the mirror. I practiced everywhere I could. And you know what happened? Little by little, I started to improve. It was not fast. It took time. But the most beautiful thing was not just learning English. It was learning about myself. I discovered that I could do more than I ever believed. And that is the magic of following your dreams. You start with a goal, but in the process, you discover who you really are. Now let us talk about something that many people forget. Consistency. You see, learning English or following any dream is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. It is about showing up every day, even when you do not feel like it. Even when you are tired or busy or scared, because every small step you take adds up. Every single day that you practice is a brick in the foundation of your dream. You might not notice your progress today, but one day, you will look back and realize how far you have come. Let me give you a small example. Imagine that you practice English for only 15 minutes every day. Just 15 minutes. In 1 month, that is over 7 hours of practice. In 1 year, that is more than 80 hours. And if you do it for 2 or 3 years, you will be a completely different person. You will not only speak better English, you will think differently, feel differently, and believe more in yourself. Now, let us talk about fear, because fear is what stops most people. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But here is the truth. Fear never disappears. The secret is not to wait until you feel brave. The secret is to take action even when you are afraid. When you face your fear, you grow stronger. When you take that first step, something inside you changes. Your confidence grows, your heart opens, and suddenly what used to scare you becomes normal. You start to realize that mistakes are not your enemies. They are your teachers. Every mistake you make teaches you something new. Every word you say, even if it is not perfect, brings you one step closer to fluency. And you know what else happens? People start to notice. They see your effort, they see your progress, and they start to believe in you, and because you believed in yourself first. Now let us go a little deeper. Dreams are not just about goals or success. Dreams are about meaning. They give direction to your life. They remind you why you wake up every morning. Sometimes we forget that life is not a race, it is a journey. And in this journey, every challenge, every mistake, every moment of doubt, all of it is part of your story. So if you feel like giving up right now, I want you to remember this. You have already come so far. You have learned so much. You are stronger than you think. Do not stop now. Imagine your future self. Imagine yourself speaking English fluently, traveling, connecting with people, feeling free. That person is already inside you. You just need to keep going until you meet them. And now, let me give you a few practical tips for becoming more fluent in English. First, do not focus only on grammar. Grammar is important, but it is not everything. The best way to learn is by listening and speaking. Listen to podcasts, songs, movies, anything that makes you feel connected to the language. Second, do not be afraid to make mistakes. Speak even if you are not sure. Every time you speak, you train your brain to think in English. Third, create small goals. Do not say, I want to be fluent in 1 year. Instead, say, I will learn 10 new words today. Or, I will listen to one podcast every day. Small goals make big dreams possible. And finally, enjoy the process. If you see learning English as something boring, you will stop. But if you see it as a beautiful part of your dream, you will love it. Now let us talk about motivation. Motivation is not something that stays forever. Some days you will feel strong and ready to conquer the world. Other days you will feel tired or lost, and that is okay. The key is discipline. Discipline keeps you moving when motivation disappears. When you wake up and do what you need to do, even when you do not feel like it, that is when you grow. And one more thing, never compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own journey. Maybe someone learns faster than you, maybe someone speaks better than you, but that does not matter. You are not in competition with anyone. You are only competing with the person you were yesterday. Be proud of your progress. Celebrate your small victories. Smile when you notice you understood a movie scene without subtitles. Celebrate when you say a sentence correctly, because those moments are proof that your dream is becoming real. Now, let me tell you something from my heart. The world needs dreamers like you. People who believe, people who keep going, people who do not give up. When you follow your dreams, you do not only change your life, you inspire others to do the same. One day, someone will look at you and say, because of you, I did not give up. And that, my friend, will be one of the greatest rewards you will ever receive. So, if today you are listening to this and you feel a little lost, remember, every dream starts small. Every great speaker, every artist, every teacher, every successful person started exactly where you are right now. Full of doubts, full of fear, but also full of hope. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is simple. The ones who succeed never stop trying. Let me tell you a story. There was a person I know who wanted to learn English to communicate with people from around the world. At first, it was overwhelming. The alphabet, the pronunciation, the grammar, it seemed impossible. But this person decided to start with something simple. Listening to a 5-minute podcast every day. Just 5 minutes. And then, after a few weeks, they increased it to 10 minutes, then 15. They started repeating words, practicing pronunciation, and slowly building their confidence. 1 year later, this person was speaking confidently in English, making friends online, and even teaching others some basic phrases. The key was consistency, not perfection. This is the same for your dreams. No matter what you want to achieve, whether it is learning a language, starting a business, creating art, or improving your health, the principle is the same. Start small, be consistent, and keep going. Every little effort adds up. Now let us talk about mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. If you see obstacles as barriers, you will feel stuck. But if you see obstacles as opportunities to learn, you will grow. Every challenge is a lesson in disguise. Every failure teaches you something important. And every success, no matter how small, is a reminder that you are capable. Think about the times when you felt proud of yourself. Maybe it was finishing a project, helping someone, or learning something new. That pride, that feeling of accomplishment, is proof that you can achieve your dreams. You have already experienced success in your life. So do not stop. Keep learning. Keep speaking. Keep believing in yourself. Your dream is waiting for you. Your future self is waiting for you. And I promise you, when you get there, you will look back and smile because you will know that every single step was worth it. And before we finish, let me leave you with one last thought. You do not have to be perfect to inspire others. You only have to be real. You only have to show up, do your best, and keep going. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Voice Within. My name is Daniel Carter, and I want you to remember this. No matter how slow your progress feels, you are still moving forward. Never stop dreaming, never stop learning, and never stop believing in yourself. Take care, stay strong, and keep shining. Until next time, my friend.